everyone, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Aileen, and here we like to talk about all things makeup, mostly luxury makeup, skincare, and fashion. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. So today, we had to do it, right? And not just once, not just two, but three. Of course, we're talking about the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. If you're new here, my name is Aileen. I'm obsessed with bronzers. I love bronzers. And we're here to try them out. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and you want to see these at work, then keep on watching. Let's get to it. Okay, this is my favorite type of video, like bronzer. What? The opportunity to play with bronzer, and not just one, not just two, but three shades. I'm excited. These are big. I'm excited. So they do come in a box like so. And on the back, you have more information, kind of just more information about the product. It is a cream bronzer, and the claims are a smoothing, healthy looking glow cream bronzer for face and body, infused with hyaluronic acid and vitamin D. It boosts hydration by 136% in 1 hour. Skin appears smoother by 42%. Humidity proof, sweat proof. Those are a lot of claims. Lightly buff into skin and blend with a beautiful skin bronzing brush for an all over sun-kissed glow. I'm so excited for this. Now, when I say large, they are large. So this is the outer packaging. I'm trying to not blind you. So this is the outer packaging here. And this is the back. It looks just like the front of the box. This does have a 24-month shelf life. I feel like that's a high shelf life for a cream product. That's pretty exciting. And it is made in Italy. And this has 0.21 grams of product, which is 0.74 ounces. So let's look at all three shades, swatch them. And if you want to see them swatched on multiple skin tones, then head over to my Instagram at amerchbeauty, where I do have them swatched on my skin tone as well as my daughter's. I felt like I was being tortured waiting for these to be released. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see like every day I was stalking Charlotte Tilbury's site. Every day I was tagging her like, hello, I'm still waiting. But we're here. And we'll also do some comparisons. So like the Chanel bronzer, this is larger than the Chanel bronzer. Like, these are large and I'm not mad at it. As long as they fit in my bronzer drawer, which will be relocated because honestly, it's full and I need space. So I have already swatched these, but they do come with like a really nice CT embossing in the middle. I should have probably swatched outside of it. A substantial sized mirror. These are really nice. I will say they are very creamy. It is a very nice cream as far as how it feels. So this is shade 1, Fair Pale. I feel like that'll be a good contour shade. Those were my initial thoughts. I also picked up shade 2. I felt like shade 2 would be a perfect bronze for me right now, but I have been getting a lot of sun. Therefore, and this is shade 2. Oh, and I just noticed this cute little detail. You see the star there? There's a nice little star on the mirror. And then shade 3. Anybody who knows me knows I do not just use one bronzer. I use multiple, kind of make it look like an ombre sun-kissed real effect. So as I tan up a little bit through the summer months, this will most likely be more utilized than now, but we are going to give them all a try today. So let's move on to application. I'll have all the comparisons at the end. I'll make sure to have everything timestamped. So if you're interested in a specific shade, I'm gonna do different application methods, finger, brush, sponge. We'll just see what works best. So let's start with shade 1 for contouring, which is the lightest shade right here, and see how that works out. I'm gonna use my Tom Ford 04. Let's see. I'm excited. I feel like once that's blended out, that's gonna provide a very nice shadow. Let's chisel her out a little bit. Were you as excited for this as I was? Like, I feel like I waited for this for so long. That's nice. You see? Chiseled. Looking ahead, I'm looking at the viewfinder and looking ahead, it is already chiseled. So let's try to blend this out with the finger and see how that goes. And for reference, on this, I do have on the Wayne Goss Cream Foundation, but I only powdered this side of my face because I want to see how it applies over foundation as well as over powder. Because sometimes I don't know what bronzer I'm going to use. It's a mood thing. So there it is, blended out with the fingers. That blended very easily. It looks very natural. It is light. I feel like this is a very cool shade and it would be very nice for a lighter skin tone as a bronzer. So I'm just going to, on this side, blend with a sponge and just see how that looks. I feel like it's a little harder with the sponge than with the finger, but I probably let it sit for too long. There you go. And this is the side I have powder. So that is shade 1. Not too bad. Next, I want to apply shade 3, which is the tan shade. I'm going to bring that along the perimeter of the face, and I'm going to dip. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, that's not as bad. Okay. I'm going to do where I would like my darkest bronze, and then there's a lot that's still there. So then I'm going to flip my sponge over and just blend that out. Yeah, I think I definitely let this sit too long because this is blending beautifully. And this is like very lightly damp. It is not too wet. That is very nice. I feel like that's very natural. So let me bring this onto the cheeks just a little bit. If you are darker than me, and I am, for reference, a 3N in Dior foundation or a Chanel B40 is my perfect shade. I am a medium. I feel a medium can use this shade if they want the warmth that shade 3 gives. You can definitely go in with a light hand and not as heavy as I went in. I just wasn't sure how much the sponge would pick up, and that still provides a very natural, pretty bronze. I like that. I like it a lot. It is matte. Oh. So next, I'm gonna go into shade 2, which is medium, with my Merit brush, and I'm just gonna lightly dip. And then just, okay. I feel like I like the brush application better than the sponge, but I did go in with a light hand on the cheeks with the sponge because that was a deeper shade. But I like that. That is really pretty. I feel like shade 1 has disappeared. So I'm gonna try to apply it again in just a second over shade 2 and 3 and see if we can bring that chisel back out. So here's shade 1, 2, and 3 together. This side I did not powder. It didn't lift up the foundation. It still looks very natural on the skin. What I've applied over here, I will say it's matte. I have had this foundation on a long time, so I am oily in the T-zone. So this bronzer is mattifying. I can see like right here where I'm shiny versus here that it just really mattified where I placed that. So I am going to apply shade 2 and really buff that in. I'm doing more of a stippling motion, but that blended beautifully. And you can definitely build this up if you wanted more of a bronze, absolutely. But you can see I placed shade 3 tan and shade 2 medium, and they blended beautifully together. It's a very natural glow, very warm. These are warm except for shade 1. Shade 1's very cool. So I want to try to place shade 1 again. I want to try it with this brush. See if I can center it right where I want it. And if it gives me, there you go. Yes, placing it over the shades and not underneath gives you that chisel shadow you're looking for. Yep, I would use a smaller brush, but I just wanted to see. Yep, you could see that shadow. And excuse me, I'm looking at the viewfinder, trying to see if the camera can pick that up, but you can definitely just see how it chisels out the cheekbone. Definitely, if you purchased a shade 1 to use as a contour in combination with one of the other shades that are warmer, I would say apply the warmer shades first, which is kind of opposite of what I do. I usually contour before I bronze, but this way, definitely, if you want that chisel and you don't want to lose that chisel, go with applying shade 1 after your warmer shade. That would be the way to go. So I'm just gonna get a smaller brush, and this is a Smashbox like angled brush. This is the contour brush, and it's not as dense as I'd like it to be, but it does have the right shape that I'm looking for and size. So I'm going to place that right where I would want that contour. And yeah, that is the perfect size. And you can differentiate the shades there. Yes, where are we going? Bronze? I like it. So I want to see how shade 1 looks in. I'm one that I always contour the jawline. So I definitely. It even looks more lifted. Okay, I really like this shade 1 for contour. But this would be a great bronzer shade if you like a cool contour. If you have cool undertones. If you feel warmer bronzers lean a little orange on you, this would be a great one to try. Definitely, if you have the opportunity to swatch it and give it a try in store, I would suggest it, but it is very cool, and I feel you can see that there. What do you think? I really like it. I really like it. I will have to see how it wears, and I'll make sure to update the description box. but I am here for these. They are different in texture and feel from other ones I have. So let's move on to comparisons. Just because I haven't shown this shade on my channel before, this is the Wayne Goss, the Luxury Cream Foundation. This is shade 3. I did pick this up for bronzing and I love this for bronzing. So this is shade 3. As you can see here, it's somewhere in between shade 2 and shade 3. Falls somewhere in between there. And I am really enjoying this shade for bronzing. However, if you can see the shine on the Wayne Goss Cream Foundation versus these, this is more emollient and has more shine than these. These are definitely matte. This bronze would be one that I would like the Dior Golden Glow Luminizer. If you want a glowy bronze or you want to dim down your bronze and have it matte and really have a blingy highlighter, either way you play with it, it's gonna look beautiful and I am here for it. Upon swatching the Charlotte Tilbury, it does have like a creamy velvety feel, but that's just like the texture and design. So next, let's swatch the Chanel 395. This is the Tan Deep. And this is even lighter. So this would fall, honestly, it's lighter than this Tan Deep. Chanel really needs to do better with deeper shades. I'm just saying, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So next, let's swatch the Chanel of Ages. And this is the Universal shade in 390. And this is definitely going to be lighter than them all. It's pretty much like a foundation shade for me right now. And that's this here. If you're fair, this will lean orange if you are too fair. So I feel like if you're fair, the medium shade, the new medium shade may work. But don't hold me accountable to that because I have not swatched it. I have not seen it. But based off what I see, it just looks like that just doesn't lean as orange as this shade, but I'm not sure. But it's definitely not cool. This is a cool tone. This Universal Chanel shade, first of all, it's not universal. And second, it's not cool toned enough for if you have really fair with pink undertones. I feel you may possibly be able to make it work, but why fuss with something to try to make it work when there's so many great products out there? I'm just saying. Next is the Rare Beauty Bronzer Stick, and this is in Always Sunny. And that has a little more orange in it than this shade 2. I love this shade. I mean, it works for me. I can use it as just a bronzer, not a contour, but it is a beautiful shade. Next, let's move on to the Westman Atelier Contour Stick, and this is in the shade Truffle. And here you are. It is darker than the Chanel, lighter than shade 2 of the Charlotte Tilbury, very similar to the Chanel Tan Deep. However, this is a smidge warmer. So hope that helps. I love this shade for contour as well. I just absolutely love it. I mean, anybody knows these come full to the top and I constantly use this. Next is the Say Cream Bronzer, and this is in medium bronze. This is their Sun Melt Bronzer. And that is it here. That's very similar to 2, but still lighter, more emollient. I will say out of all of these that I've swatched, they're most like the Chanel ones as far as how emollient they are, how matte, how they feel. They feel most like the Chanel and look on the swatch more like the Chanel. However, they are a smidge more matte than the Chanel, in my opinion. Next is the Tarte Seychelles. This is another beautiful bronzer. Can you tell I love bronzers yet? Like an armful of bronzers. This is like heaven. This is a very nice, cool shade. I don't think I ever realized how cool that shade is until now that I have so many on my arm. So this is the Tarte Seychelles, and this is shade 1. These are both cool tone. I feel like this has a bit more coolness to it than this. This has more of a beige undertone, or this has just a smidge more of that cool pink undertone, but they're both beautiful. Next, for cream bronzers, this is the Huda Tantour, and this is in the shade medium. This does look dark, but usually blends really nicely. As you can see there, but it is the darkest of them all. Let me do this so you can see them better. And lastly is the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand, and this is in the shade Medium Deep. I will swatch that up here since I am running out of room. I absolutely love this. I love this. I just don't use it on my channel and don't talk about it a lot because it's always sold out. And I feel bad that I can't talk about how much I love this. But thank you, Kelly from Keep Beauty Real. She bought that for me for my birthday the year before last. And oh my God. And then sometimes I feel like I don't want to use it much because if it runs out, I know I can get it. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand in Medium Deep. I feel like it's in between this shade 2 and shade 3, but I feel like if I blend out shade 2 and 3, it'll be more like shade 3. Actually, it's more like, it's still in between, even if I blend these out. And you see there, they do dry down, making it more difficult to blend the longer they sit. So I would just say, instead of doing like I did and applying and then going back and blending, I definitely apply as you go. I'm going to continue to play with these. They did apply nicely. They did blend out nicely with my hands, with the brush and the sponge. I would say my favorite application method was indeed the sponge. I just feel like it really helped it seep into the skin, look natural. Now I'm like, oh, should I get that brush? But no, I don't need it. I don't need any more brushes, but I was really tempted. So they do differentiate. I will say shade 1 is closest to the Tarte Seychelles. Shade 2 is closest to the Chanel Tan Deep. And shade 3 really has a few that are close. The Westman Atelier Truffle is a really close shade. So those are the cream bronzers. They definitely don't have the glow or emollient look that you may be looking for if you're going for that glowy look. I feel like if I wanted that glow, I'd either apply a glowy powder over these, or like I stated before, the Dior Golden Glow, which is an absolutely gorgeous luminizer. And you can definitely, because it's gold, it will blend right in with the bronzer and just really give you that healthy, glowy bronzer look. Okay, I really like that combo. That looks stunning. So here it is on its own. You see it's very mattified, where over here I applied that golden luminizer over it, and it's gorgeous. It really all depends on the aesthetic you're looking for and the look you're trying to achieve. But just know these are not as emollient and will not give you the glow that you're looking for. If you're looking for this glow, you're not going to get it from just this product alone. If you feel you can achieve it by applying a luminizer and you're good with that, or your highlighter, or you just want the matte look, go for it. But I'm really loving these. I'm excited for them. I can't wait to continue to play with these. Let me know, did you pick any of these up? Were you as excited as I was? Or was it just me? Thank you all so much for coming. And until next time, don't forget, we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye.